I love everybody, dog. I swear on everything, I love everybody, dog. No matter how many times I argue with some people, bro, I love everyone, dog. I'll hold myself accountable and I'll say, hey, dog, like, my bad, canal. Like, maybe I spoke out of character. That's not what I wanted to tell you, you know? And my mother said it earlier, you know, like, I don't got my family here. And she said, so you guys are his family here. And it is true, bro. I swear on everything. I asked every single judge to show up out of the kindness of their heart because I don't got it like that. You feel me? And I'm just going to put myself as top priority, bro. I'm going to make myself more unavailable.
What's good, Barbertainment family, man? We live and direct from LA to San Diego right here with one of the top hosts of California in the house today on his birthday. We got my brother, founder of Humanity Barbers, Chikago, aka Steve. Let's go.
That's right.
What's good, my brother? Let me shake you up real quick.
Yeah, tell us a little bit how you started, bro. Like, when did you start cutting hair? And how did you get to this point in your career now?
I started cutting hair 10 years ago, back in 2015. You know, I was 13 years old. And I guess you could say one of those stories, like, my mom couldn't afford haircuts. So learning how to cut hair on my younger siblings was something that moved me. And I ended up continuing it. And to this day, I'm a barber, but I feel like I've recently been kind of stepping back from behind the chair and just focusing on the purpose behind what I'm doing. You know, today I need to cut myself some grace because I'm used to full rooms. I'm used to a lot of people, desmadre, you would say, you know? And today, if you look around, there's a lot of young barbers. How many barbers do you see over the age of 21 here? Man, a few. Only a handful, right? And I think it's just important to acknowledge that because these are the individuals that will be running the barber industry. You know what I mean? And if we don't set the right morals and values for them, then they're gonna follow through and, you know, pretty much, and we're going down the wrong way, if that makes sense, right? I just, man, bro, today was like a real relief that I could finally put all of these guys in one room with other top barbers in the industry. You know, you see the judge lineup, man. We got barbers from Chicago, North Carolina, right? It's just amazing. Idaho, my boy ACAS. And these guys look up to all of us, and sometimes we fall short and we show them a side of us that isn't the real representation. The welcoming side, bro. You know, in long story short, bro, because a lot of people, like, they see me and they don't understand where I'm coming from because sometimes I come off hard, bro. I don't know if you've seen me. Sometimes I demand things out of people, or I set people to a certain standard, or I become this comedian and I roast people on the mic, or sometimes I'm inspirational, motivational, and I'm like really lifting the spirits in the room. Like, there's different personalities to Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And one of them that I truly wanna, like, acknowledge is the times where I'm, like, really down low, bro, where I'm, like, crying, bro, where I miss my mom's back home. I'm, like, on an adventure, solo dolo, because the guys that I lead are in high school, you know? I stressed out so much making this event happen because I'm leading younger guys, and obviously they don't listen because even adults don't listen, right? And so imagine trying to lead a group of younger men to follow through with what we're doing, right? And you know what? They excel, bro. They learn the skill on Tuesday nights, and then they go serve the homeless community on Wednesday mornings, and then they go and support any other community event that we get reached out to. And I'm grateful, you know, we got sponsorships in this event that I possibly haven't seen happen to other events, if I'm being honest. I'm looking at these goodie bags like, bro, we got all types of things in there. Level 3, faded culture, clipped up. We got Misaki shears in there. We got, it just keeps going. Like the stuff that was given to us because they believe in the vision, right? And the vision comes from a lot of hurt, bro, from seeing my boy get shot and killed in my car in Chicago, man. A gunshot to the neck, a gunshot to the side, passed away in my arms, bro. And I ran away from my problems because I thought that was the solution. I joined the Marine Corps looking for healing, and instead I found myself smoking weed, doing coke, getting into rehab, trying to kill myself. So when I got out and I went to church, because my sergeant major took me and said, I'm not done with you. Well, he let me know that God wasn't done with me either, bro. And he showed me like the true light, bro. And I went and I got humanity tatted on my neck, bro. And people were like, what is this guy going through, bro? And I'm like, you guys don't understand, bro. I know what I want to do in my life, dog. And that is to uplift other people, bro. As much as I fall short sometimes, I let the anger get the best of me. I let my anxiety, my depression bring me down, bro. Ultimately, I know I'm a happy individual, bro, when I'm around other people, bro. That's the best times for me, dog. The hardest times is when I'm alone. And today, breaking bread with each other, man. I saw everybody eating food, man, happy, showing smiles, laughing. I'm like, that's what it's about. Leave the egotism at the door. Come straight forward with who you are. You can't fake being yourself, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what I try to, showcase to the world. And right now it's the barber industry, but later on, bro, there's gonna be so many different lanes that I'm gonna hit, bro, because barber is not the only place that needs.
Yeah. Something I admire a lot from you that I noticed in the beginning, bro, like you're so real. Like you keep it real online. Like you don't try to fake it and shit. And a lot of people are scared of that because a lot of us, we just post our wins. We don't post our L's, and the L's are what actually make us who we are. But people are not seeing that. So they think life is easy. And they think life is just like a walk in the park. But the way you portray your life on social media, at least for me, is like you just keep it real. You show how life is. And that's what people need now more than ever, So what was like the lowest? Because I want to know like part when you were in rehab, bro. Like you're already in the Marines. A lot of people think you go to the Marines to mature, or to like get it together. But then you're in the Marines and you fall into an addiction. When you're in rehab, how was those moments? Because I'm pretty sure they were dark. Like I went through some moments too, and it was dark to where like you feel an oppression. Like literally, bro, like you feel like there's a dark shadow around you doing that phase of addiction, So tell us a little bit about that stage, bro, in your life.
I think going to rehab when I was a Marine, there's something for me that honestly, like, I would have never experienced anywhere else. I figured out what love languages there was, I started talking more about my feelings and what I was going through, right? And even after I came out of rehab, I relapsed again, but the thing with it is that I was in there and still God was working, bro. Like all the nurses, the whole staff, they loved me, bro. They showed me so much care, maybe a little bit more than your regular guy in there, and I feel like that just has been everywhere, bro, where people always care about me, bro. They show me love, and sometimes I don't necessarily believe it, or sometimes I question it, like, hey, like, is this guy really here for me, or is he coming for his own benefit? Is this person trying to hurt me, or they're really like proud of what I'm doing, And today to have a room full of talented individuals that believe in the vision, and then obviously thinking about all the individuals that are not here present, it lets you know, bro, like at the end of the day, like how you gotta carry yourself, going into this new chapter of my life, bro. I'm tired of being in a dark shadow because of my own mindset. I'm tired of eating my own flesh because I keep telling myself I'm not enough, And going into my 24th year, bro, I truly, truly want to embody what it is to self-love, to care about myself, bro, to take more trips to see my mom back home, to call her more often, and to really like invest into who I am as a person, to say no. I can't host your event. if you're not supporting me in my food and my transportation and where I lay my head at that night, then I can't make it, bro. And not because I feel like I'm on top of anyone, bro, but because for the last year and a half that I've been hosting these events, for the most part, it's been off the muscle, dog.
I was gonna tell you, like, a lot of people see that, right? And they're thinking that you're getting it paid for, and they're covering you and they're paying you like crazy money. But the truth is that sometimes, I mean, it's a favor for a favor, you know? Like, I'll give you a platform, but you come over here. But they don't know the struggle. So, like, what was your biggest lesson that you learned hosting all these events?
I think the biggest lesson is just knowing your self-value, what you bring to the table. You know, if you would tell me that I was worth $500 for the day back in like October of 2023, I would have told you no, because I was still drinking at the events. I was still getting hammered, blacking out, and then exactly, if that, you know. But how I am now, and the way I carry myself at these events, and I have to really test my limits and say, you know what, like, I'm not drinking today. I'm gonna carry myself accordingly, and when I'm done, if I want to go enjoy myself, I'll go enjoy myself on my own time. Right now, I need to be 100% for all the people that paid tickets to get into this room, that came out here to learn, to network, to get educated. And that's where I'm at right now, you know? I got my first event international next month in Mexico City, bro. And dude, I already feel the love, bro. I went to Mexico City last week, and I already feel the love, bro. And it's because they know what struggle is. And over here, at least from what I see, man, the education that I once wanted is so easily obtainable on YouTube nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, educators have gotten more educated and are providing more valuable knowledge to people. And so, if I'm being honest, like, you can learn everything off of YouTube nowadays, you know? But because you can learn things so fast, I feel like some people don't know how to value it. And so they mistake it for something that they think that's theirs. But it's really not, bro, you know? And so, I don't know, I just generally feel like people need to sit back and realize, like, hey, are we tarnishing the industry, or are we really uplifting it, you know? Because if we really want to make it big as barbers, as you know, entrepreneurs, more than anything, right? Then we need to have more respect for each other, you know? And that comes from giving each other our flowers, letting each other know the things that you've been doing great, letting each other know the things that maybe need to get worked on. You know what I'm saying? And if you can accept that constructive criticism, you're gonna go flying, bro. Yeah, simply just talk about it, bro. Simply just talk about it.
Something like that is definitely what's needed more in the industry. But I know that you highlighted the word tarnishing the industry. What do you feel right now is actually tarnishing the industry that you would like to see it get better at, you know, for people to get better at?
I think the way that we greet each other at these events, bro. You know, I'm a big believer that a handshake holds so much weight, bro. Saying your name, saying that it's good to meet you, because it is, bro. God doesn't make no mistakes, bro.
I noticed all your the people that you mentor, they were sitting down, and I went up to them like, hey, I'm Diego, nice to meet you. And they each got up one by one. Like, he got up and shook my hand like, I'm this, nice to meet you. And I noticed it, and I was like, oh, damn. That's crazy, bro.
Hey, that's good to hear, bro.
I'm learning the power of a name. I'm learning the power of a name. Even just a name is powerful, bro.
Yeah.
Like, calling people by their name, bro, you know? So seeing them.
No, bro, that I hold them to that standard, bro. And it sounds corny because a Marine would watch this podcast and they'd be like, damn, this guy hasn't let go of his military lifestyle. But the things that I did embrace about being a Marine was the discipline part, you know? What they teach you in order to, like, break the ice and continue being brothers, because you gotta break the ice when you're a Marine, bro, because you get put in a messed up situation where you gotta go do a stupid task, or you gotta go get sent out to Carajo land to do all types of I don't know what, and you can't look eye to eye to the guy next to you, then you guys are gonna fail, bro, you know? And so with these gentlemen, I let each other know, hey, if that guy is coming in, you need to greet him because he's coming into an environment that he doesn't know. But if you greet him, maybe he's just that much closer to saying, oh no, this is a safe space environment. I can continue being myself. I don't got to put on a persona. And so that's why these guys move the way they do, because I let them know, hey dog, wherever we go, bro, you present yourself, bro. You let them know what's your name, bro. And if you feel like they're giving you a little bit more, let them know what you bring to the table, bro. Quick and easy, bro. Everybody has to have their pitch, bro. If you don't have a pitch set up in like 30 seconds or less, then you're failing yourself, you know? And I had to learn that the hard way because I talk a lot, you know? And because not everybody wants to hear you talk a lot, you got to be able to be straight and direct.
Yeah, correct. I noticed that you already structured your story really good, huh? You know how to tell your story. Yeah, a lot of storytelling.
Telling, bro, like I said, bro, like, it's been crazy, dog. It's been crazy times, bro. And, you know, at the end of the day, bro, like I said, when this kid right here in Vista, California, North County, San Diego, not kid, he was a 22-year-old young man, got shot. And everybody left this lowrider show, and I stood with him, and I held him. And the paramedics got there, and I stepped back, and I prayed for him. I said, God, whatever you want this to be, like, let me know, you know? And he did, bro. I posted a video the next day, bro, April 12th, 2024. And I said, hey, I'm teaching young men or teaching all ages, all levels of experience in the community how to cut hair. And then it started with 2, and then 3, and then 4. And now we got like 45 young men that come learn how to cut hair, that come network with each other every week, that look forward to seeing their carnales no matter how much they bump heads, you know what I'm saying? And if I could bring that to every hood, because I go by that, I don't know, you see my little tour thing, I'm always saying in a hood near you. I say that a lot, but that comes from my boys brand in Chikago called Coming to a Hood Near You. And if I could bring this to every neighborhood in one shape, way or form, then what I had to do on this world is accomplished, bro. You know, so many people ask me, hey, bro, I wish I can do this for the people in my community. I'm like, what's stopping you, dog? I don't got the time, or I don't own a shop. I don't own the shop either. My boss lets me use it. And not every barber in the shop allows me to use their station. Not every barber tells me, hey, Steve, you're doing a great job. There's a lot of recordimiento, you feel me? And if I'm being honest, bro, I'm cool with that. I'm like on a real Nipsey Hussle type vibe right now, bro. And I'm really gonna take this to the top, bro. And I saw Vic Blends the last 2 months ago. So hey, bro, I'm gonna be at the top. I'm gonna be better than you. And he set the standard high by making a barber college in a state prison. But I want to continue setting the bar high as well, you know? Like, I've gotten to speak to almost every top barber individual in the industry, bro, because I put myself out there. I've been able to judge at Las Vegas, at Connecticut, and people will be like, yo, what is Chicago doing there? I'm like, Chicago is looking for every fucking opportunity, dog. I don't care if I'm sweeping the stage, because in Vegas I was doing that. I don't care. And in Connecticut I was doing that too. And I was the only one representing the West Coast over there. And they're like, damn, bro, what's missing? I'm like, the West Coast is missing over here, dog.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, we've been out there. We went CTX.
You went last year, right?
Last year.
Yeah, I went this year.
And you went this year. So when I seen you out there, I was like, that's dope. That's one of the only people that's out there from the West Coast, you know, that doesn't have a big brand behind them or getting paid to get out there with a brand or something like that, which is inspiring. It's inspiring for people that, you know, also want to host events the way you do. When you started hosting events, I remember it was last year around the time, was it like June, that you had like the first San Diego's Finest, right? And I remember that time that you posted something about the venue canceling on you last minute. And I knew you had heart, bro, because I was also throwing my grand opening during the same Sunday that you was doing that, you know, and I was like, I wonder how he's gonna pull it off. And you know, you touching everyone's heart and stuff like that, and people wanting to get back to you, were able to connect with Jay Terralta. He let you use your spot, and the event was successful and stuff. And I know we linked up since then, saw you hosting at a few events, but since then I've seen your growth. I've seen your growth as an individual. I've seen your growth in how you clean up your language when you're on stage. And so everything that you've been doing, bro, I don't want you to think that it goes unnoticed, because I'm here here and living proof that I've seen you grow since day one, because I'll be up there on the mic and doing all this stuff, you know. But the way you stepped up and changed the game is really something impactful to the industry, because now a lot of people know that when you're up there on the mic, it's gonna be jumpy. It's gonna be a good time. People are gonna get roasted. People are gonna you're gonna bring out a laugh in people. And you know, I want to give you props for that, for doing such a thing, bro. And you know, let alone being on stage, what you're doing behind the scenes is even bigger, bro. It's even bigger. And like you said earlier, there's a lot of people that want to do what you do. But I feel like it takes a lot. It takes a lot of purpose. It takes a lot of consistency to do what you do to get where you're at, bro. So what right now, after going this event and starting your new chapter as 24, you know, what are you gonna change different? How are you gonna move from here on out? What should we expect from Chikago moving on now from today and on?
You know, it hurts to say, dog, because I love everybody, dog. I swear on everything, I love everybody, dog. No matter how many times I argue with some people, bro, I love everyone, dog. And I'll hold myself accountable, and I'll say, hey, dog, like, my bad, canal. Like, maybe I spoke out of character. That's not what I wanted to tell you, you know? And my mother said it earlier, you know, like, I don't got my family here. And she said, so you guys are his family here. And it is true, bro. I swear on everything. I asked every single judge to show up out of the kindness of their heart, because I don't got it like that. You feel me? And I'm just gonna put myself as top priority, bro. I'm gonna make myself more unavailable. I'm just gonna say no. I'm gonna take more days off in regards to the community work that I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to let these guys kind of lead on their own. Let them start, you know, running a little bit more on their own, you know. And I really wanted them to see what can be brought together for them, dog. Some of these kids have stories, dog, that hurt me, bro. You know, I have one of them that was at the bar workshop for 2 weeks, bro. Smiles, giggles, and laughter. And his brother got hit by a car a month prior and got killed, you know? But he still showed up and he said, hey, Chikago, you gave me 40 other brothers. You know, I got a kid that his dad got deported. His mom took the paperwork the next day, got taken in, also got deported. 3 months later, she passed away out of a sickness in Mexico. How do you tell that kid, like, hey, bro, like, let's keep pushing forward? I wouldn't know what to do if my mother was gone, you know? And so I really do want to prioritize myself, my family, my physical body, man. I've been getting a little bit heavier, you know, my mental health, spiritually, I want to continue serving God's kingdom. You know, I wouldn't be able to do it without him, bro. You know, everything in my life has changed through him, you know, and I'm new through him, you know. And that mentality, I know, is going to take me further, you know. And I'm looking to bust out some collaborations right now with some individuals that could possibly propel my career in a way larger, like, vision, larger scale. And I've been scared to do that, bro. You know, a lot of people are scared, and I'm one of those to say, hey, I'm gonna invest into a coach. I'm gonna invest into a call every week, a mentorship, right? And so I'm gonna try to do that, bro. You know, so if you can expect anything from Chikago in this next age, in this next chapter, is no more cutting myself short, man. I'm gonna need that money because my mom is asking me why haven't I put food on the table back home. You know, my siblings are asking me if I can buy them this. You know, rent is coming, and why am I all anxious because it's not enough, you know? And those are the times, bro, that a lot of people don't talk about, you know what I'm saying? But in this very moment right now, I owe people money, I owe people energy, but a lot of them believe in me, bro. And I'm so grateful for that, bro, because the day that I got it, bro, like really, really, really got it, bro, like I promise you, dog, like you're gonna see me give. And when I give at that time, bro, I'm gonna be so happy because I know I'm still gonna have leftovers, bro. And right now, bro, I haven't had anything left over. My cup's been empty for a good amount of months, bro. Maybe even a year, dog. You know what I'm saying? And it was my Jordan year, bro, but we in Cali, bro. It's Kobe season, bro. We gonna ball out now, bro. We gonna ball out now.
No, yeah, for sure, bro. And I just want to make a statement right now and let you know that we're here to fill into your cup too, bro. So you invited us out here, and we have so much love for you that we drove down here, you know, out of love and out of respect for everything that you got going on. And I was hitting up Diego, and I was like, nah, bro, let's just show up. Let's go. You know, I see what he's doing. My brother right here is moving with faith, and he has a lot of power behind him, you know. So we gotta go over here and show him love, because he always shows love every time he sees us, you know. And it's not like, you know, we didn't want to have you on the cast or anything like that, because we've seen you at multiple events, you know. But to me, it was more like I want to let him marinate a little bit. I want to let him marinate in everything that he got himself into and what he's gonna get himself into, because I feel like right now is the best time to get you on here, because I feel like you're on your way to the top and you're at your peak right now. You know, who doesn't want to have Chikago at their event right now? Especially, you know, from here, I feel like you're going to go more into like in leadership of other individuals. Fuck a age group, you know, like I'm willing to be in that class to learn a little bit more, you know, because I always keep an open mind to learn from someone like you, bro. That people that do it with heart, people that do it with just muscle, bro. And the way that you moving is just great, bro. It's great. You know, another thing too that I want to tap in with you is, you know, I see you modeling and doing all these things for all these brands and stuff like that, you know, and I see the way people pop out for you and shit like that. You know, moving forward, I definitely want you to count on us too, bro. All right? You know, you got family over here in LA as well. You know, there's a lot of shit that pops off in LA. You know, and we're here for that. Me, myself, and Diego and shit. You know, and, you know, congratulations on everything that's on here. You know, how do you get to pull something like this? You know, a big location, everyone coming together, you know, solely based on, you know, what you have done for everyone else, I feel.
You know, I really leaned on God for this one right now, man. And I'd be lying if I didn't say that it hurts me to not see a couple familiar faces that I see almost at every barber battle, you know? And that comes from a lot of unfortunate events, man. You know, I had a couple people tell me that they just suffered a gun violence incident that kept them from coming down here, you know? And I was like, dang, bro, I felt that because I just totaled my car a couple weeks ago. And the way that devil was coming for me in this last 2 months, because I said, you know what? Marketing 2 months, let's run it. Yeah, I was posting flyers till midnight last night, but I was like, you know what? Whatever it is, it's going to be in the image of God, and it's going to be how he wants it to be, you know? But there was a lot of fight, a lot of warfare that I was going through in this last 2 months, bro, trying to build this event. And in specific with a lot of my guys, bro, we were bumping heads, man. We fight, dog. We argue a lot, dude. You know, like people are leaving the group chat, coming back in, you know what I'm saying? People are showing up. Some people are not showing up, right? And it's like this constant struggle of when you are chasing so much good, chasing so much like anointedness, right? Really like drowning in that chosen belief. It's so hard to do it, bro. And so doing this right here, bro, was very much, this happened only because there was a lot of prayer involved, bro. There was a lot of manifestation, bro. There was a lot of, hey, closed mouths don't get fed. So I asked and I asked and I asked and I asked. I said, hey, I just want my guys to feel seen. I want them to understand that they are known, bro, that they are loved, that no matter what time they find themselves in their life or in their barber career, like, this is only the beginning, bro, and there's so many more places that deserve your presence, deserve your energy, man. And that's what it came to right here, man. These sponsors, bro, they weren't barber brands, bro. They were people in the community, bro, that said, hey, man, let me give you $1,000, bro. Let me drop 2 bands. Let me provide you a stage. Let me buy your trophy. Shout out Manny Blessed Hands. Manny Blessed Hands buy my trophies, bro.
Yeah, actually, you know what's crazy? I talked to Manny Blessed Hands behind the scenes. I think it was like an Empire or something like that. And he was telling me how, you know, he wanted to contribute, and I was letting him know that we were thinking of coming out here and shit like that. And he's like, you know, I think I want to contribute in some way, even if I can't be there to contribute. So he had let me know that he was gonna bless you with the trophies and shit, you know. And I see the trophies, they nice and shit. So, you know, shout outs to him for doing such a thing, you know. But then I feel like it all goes back to all the footwork that you put in, bro. So you know, it's showing out. It's showing out.
Man, bro, I was in Costco yesterday, bro. And I said, dang, the last time I was in Costco was when I went shopping for the LA wildfires. When I was picking up donations all over San Diego County to take them up to LA, you know, and all that footwork, bro, you know, I'd say my reward is in heaven, bro. Because to this day, man, like, sometimes all the things that you do, you say, damn, so when is it my turn, bro? And once you get in that mentality, bro, that's when that's when you start failing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you shouldn't be worrying. You shouldn't be stressing, bro. You should just continue doing what you got to do in your life, bro, and God's going to provide, you know? And he provided today, bro, times 10, bro. No matter how many people are here, there was at least one individual already that I know got impacted, got moved, bro. And I'm happy.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I like your admiration for the youth, bro. Like, you see yourself in them a lot, huh? Like, it was funny because once we got here, like, I don't go out a lot, even to San Diego, but I was telling KO that I know San Diego culture is different, like Chicano, you know, like more Mexican. And when I got here, I was like, damn, these little homies look like the same little homies from LA, bro. Like, they all look the same. And they all gone through the same thing. They're raised in the hood. They're a product of their environment. They don't got any guidance. And we saw that necessity, and that's where you're like, let me help them out. You know, let me teach them. Let me give them whatever I wish they would have gave me when I was little. Let me give them to them, you know?
They have so much potential, brother. And coming from a kid that did start working at a barbershop when I was 13, did get kicked out of my first barbershop at 14, to go to a second barbershop that they truly thought, yeah, you're a barber. Fuck being a kid, you're a barber. So, hey, you want to take some perico? Come on. You want to drink a beer? Come on. And what do you think the kid in me did? I went. Vámonos. You know what I'm saying? All of my clients were the gangbangers on the block. A lot of them are not here no more, man. Rest in peace, you know? And they believed in me. And I thought that they believed in me so much that they were like my family, like my friends. They had the best intentions for me, you know? And slowly but surely, I understood that I just was looking for love in the wrong places, you know? God is love, bro, and he shows you how to be more compassionate, how to be more merciful, bro, more graceful, bro, with yourself, with others, you know? And there's some people that I haven't seen eye to eye with, that I don't go to their events, or I don't get invited to their events. And then there's people that love me, that always see me, and they always say hi to me, you know what I'm saying? But no matter what side we think we're on, like, love for everyone, dog. Always, man. Always.
And real quick before we move forward, I want you to check that camera. I want to make sure that one's on.
It's on the red light.
The red light's on?
Everyone ready?
All right.
Damn, hey, you know what's crazy? I'm just glad that I'm here in the podcast, and I'm not even tripping about who's on the mic. I let everyone know today. I said, you guys are all the hoes. Grab the mic, make it happen, facilitate it, whatever it is, bro. We're gonna make it happen, bro. And
You're teaching them life skills.
dude,
Which is fucking gonna go a long way for
this
them, bro.
event, bro, is literally for my guys at Humanity Barbers, who has done a high school only category. I haven't seen that personally,
crazy.
Yeah.
right? And that is only to truly put the magnifying scope on the guys that are out here day in, day out, cutting hair in the garage, cutting hair in the kitchen, right? Cutting hair in the backyard, you know what I'm saying? That are like, man, I want to be like Chikago. And I'm like, nah, brother. Be you, dog. Be Diego. Be KO, bro.
For sure.
You feel me?
You know what's crazy is that we talked to a few of them right now on the podcast, you know, to introduce themselves. And a lot of one of the things that was memorable that one of the guys said, I said, he asked me, he's like, what can I do to stand out in front of everybody, you know? And I said, you know, the best thing that you could do to stand out is be yourself, bro. Because as soon as you try to be like that person on stage, or like anyone else that you see on YouTube or Instagram, you start failing. You know, you just be yourself and you're gonna stand out. And they were telling me and identifying how much leadership you have influenced them in, bro. Like I asked him, one of my questions was what to one of them. He's like, yeah, I'm here to compete, bro. And I'm like, you're here to compete? I was like, okay, cool. So what is one of the things that you would identify Humanity Barbers for? And he's like, unity, bro. And I was like, unity in what way? Just when you guys get together under that one roof for that afternoon after school or whatever. He's like, nah, bro, we move different. Some of us from school are inspired to be barbers because of Humanity Barbers. Some of us uplift each other even when we see each other in school. I hang out with people that I never thought I would hang out with in school because of Humanity Barbers. And that was so impactful because not only are they talking about it at Humanity Barber meets, but they're going outside and influencing the community. So before you know it, you're gonna need a whole warehouse to host these people that, you know, from one school to another school, man. And that was fire to hear, bro. That was fire to hear, especially from these youngins, bro, that see definitely a good vision in you, bro.
Man, bro, I got guys from all over North County, San Diego, Oceanside, Vista, San Marcos, Escondido. You know, I've had to call in favors to, you know, bigger homies so they can tell their little homies to not come try to catch a fade with one of my Humanity Barbers, you know, because we all make mistakes. We fall in the wrong hole and, you know, we got to pick ourselves back up. But when you have somebody there that says, nah, dog, like, I got you. I'll pick you back up too, bro. It hits different, you know what I'm saying? And these guys have helped me out so much too, bro, when I've been at a low point, bro, and they tell me words, and I'm like, oh, man, you guys are listening, bro. I thought that it came in through this year and went out through the other, you know?
Heck yeah, bro.
You know, to put 20 of them on a bus in the morning at 7 on the dot, bro, I felt like I was a chaperone, bro, a teacher, dog, like making sure, hey, all right, Diego, KO, you know? I got all the parents in the parking lot. ¿A qué horas van a regresar? Oh, como a las 8, jefa. Okay, yo lo voy a regresar.
For today?
Today.
Oh, sure.
You know, I had my boy from Chris Gene Entertainment from Victorville drive his party bus down to give my guys a ride down here.
How big is this bus? Oh, yeah,
It's
this
a
is the party bus. Yeah.
He takes all types of influencers. He takes Peso, Shotty Bay, all these people. But today my boy Chris stepped up and said, hey, I'll take you guys down there. And he showed up at 7 in the morning, bro, with a party bus.
Yeah, that was fire. When we were getting the stuff out, I guess they have pulled up, and then you just see all of them walk in like it's a field trip or some shit, bro. I was like, that's fire. To put stuff like that together, a lot of people on the outside, they don't know how much that takes, bro. They have no idea how much that takes. And I see you here, bro, and I see you in tears, but those are happy tears, bro. I know one time you had those tears for dark moments and shit like that, but look what God did, bro. Look what God did, bringing out happy tears for you for everything that you have accomplished. You know, and you got, just like you're saying right now, man, celebrate those small wins, bro, because the small wins add up to that big win.
They do, bro. You know, I got my older brother right in front of me right now. My little sister.
That's fire, bro.
Man, they've been through a lot, bro, and I have as well, man, but it's nothing like having my family here, bro. It's the first time my older brother visits me in 5 years that I've lived here, you know, and he's a big inspiration to me. He's always telling me, hey, dog, you're my idol. I'm like, shut up, dog, shut up. Like, you're my idol, bro, and we grew up differently. He grew up behind a computer playing RuneScape and League of Legends, Call of Duty, and I grew up going to the streets and going into trap houses and smoking and I don't know, being a class clown, being a travieso.
They used to call you Chiquilín, or no?
Chiquitín.
They used to call you Chiquilín.
Oh, yeah?
Este pinche Chiquilín ahí.
They used to call me Chiquitín in the barbershop, bro, and this is good, bro. You feel me? I'm so grateful for this conversation, for this platform, for you guys, man. I truly, like, you know, can't wait to just, like, continue growing. And honestly, bro, like, I'm just gonna do it, bro, because I'm really feeling it, bro. And a lot of things didn't go as planned today, bro. I wanted to do it. I wanted to start it with an opening prayer. You know, I had a guest speaker ready to go. And a lot of things went sideways, you know? And it kept me away from the main vision that I had, bro. But I want to do it because I'm moved, bro. And I never knew what the word anointed meant until Kate Owens, the founder and CEO of Sensory Safe Solution, told me, "You are anointed." So what does that mean? It means you're chosen. And for a woman like her to tell me that after bringing up this curriculum that teaches barbers and hairstylists how to cut kids on the autism spectrum, it's like, damn, but you're chosen too, you know? And then you tell yourself like, oh, I'm chosen. But then you're like, no, but we're all chosen, you know? Like, we all have something that we're really, like, passionate for, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's related to, I was watching The Matrix, and me and my wife, and she was like, and how does he know he's the one? I'm like, everyone's the one. You just gotta choose. Cause there's a moment where he has to choose the red pill or the blue pill. And I told my wife, I get it now. Like, he's the chosen one. But he's not if he doesn't choose to be the chosen one. You get what I'm saying? Like, everyone's chosen. You just have to have the will and the desire to follow through, bro. You know? So, one thing I wanted to ask you, Chikago, was you were talking about drug addiction, right? And how at 14, you fell into that temptation, right? I was offered like at the same age at 14, but I didn't fail there. And I ended up failing in college. Like, they introduced me to it, and then from there it went like spiral down, you know? So how do you help the youth to either stay away from it or what advice do you give them? Because my mom would tell me, stay away from it. And you know, like, when they tell you stay away from certain things, you want to go and do that thing. So how do you mentor these kids on that topic, bro?
You know what? I definitely have changed in the way I talk about and I try to influence them when it comes to like drugs. When I first started with them, I'd finish the workshop or even during the workshops, you know, I'd go outside and smoke. You know what I'm saying? And then I stopped smoking and I stopped drinking. I was like, I can't do that. Like, these guys are watching me. I can't do that no more. And I went for a month sober off weed and then 4 months sober off alcohol. And I started drinking again in April. And not necessarily like drinking, but I had started having drinks. And so pretty much I don't shy away from the topics. I am open to them about what it has done to me, and I allow them to go figure it out for themselves as well. You know, I'm not gonna tell you not to do something that I've already done, you know? And for me to feel like a hypocrite to say, hey, don't smoke that vape, but then I'm smoking weed, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta figure it out for yourself, you know, by the grace of God, bro. Like, I am nicotine free for like 2 years and a half. I am coke free for like 2 years, you know. I don't drink alcohol the way I used to, in the sense of like, hey, let's black out because of all this pain and all this hurt that I'm feeling, you know. I don't smoke to the point where I'm like, hey, you know what? I don't want to do anything. Or I don't know if you guys remember this. I used to post myself on my stories smoking all the time. Yeah. Every day I used to post myself smoking. But I was motivational at smoking. But I stopped doing that because I was like, I can't show them that. And even though I'm still 1 foot in, 1 foot out at times with my walk in Christ, you know, I know that his timing is perfect, you know, and he makes me just a little bit more relatable to these guys, bro. And that's what makes me so impactful in their lives, bro, because I've been able to meet so many gangbangers from like different hoods, bro, different cities, bro. And dog, straight up, bro, 9 times out of 10, bro, I'll get my respects, bro, and I'll get my appreciation, whether it's from a younger homie or a bigger homie, dog. You know, and I say this because I got jumped, bro, a week before Las Vegas Barber Expo last year.
Where? Right here in San Diego?
In Oceanside. Everybody in Oceanside knows. I got jumped last year, a week before Las Vegas Barber Expo, a couple days before my birthday, matter of fact, you know?
Yeah.
And it was because an individual didn't like the fact that I was in one neighborhood and then I came to their neighborhood in the matter of 2 weeks, right? And what was funny about all of that is that even though he called me out for a fight and we did what we had to do, and then his homies, you know, had to do what they had to do as well because I'm in their environment, bro. This is their space, you know. I came out with a busted lip. Overall, I came out with a lot of love though from the people that told him, nah, bro, you were in the wrong right now because that guy right there, he's minding his own business and he's trying to do stuff that a lot of us haven't been able to do. That a lot of us still haven't had that button click in our heads to say, do I really want this lifestyle? Do I really want to gangbang? Is this what I want for the next generation coming? My kids, their kids, you know? And you only get that from a person that finally has had enough.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm tired of doing this stuff. I want to be better. And now, let's see how we can change the trajectory of a lot of these thresholds, bro. You know, and that's just where I'm at. It got to me a little bit younger than it has to a lot of people. And so, bro, when I talk about coming to a hood near you, I'm coming to a hood near you, bro. I was in Mexico City, in Tepito, one of the craziest neighborhoods out there in Mexico City.
The trenches in Mexico,
The trenches
bro.
in Mexico.
Damn.
You feel me? I'm from Humboldt Park in Chicago, dog. You feel me? I'm out here in North County, San Diego, but yeah, I'll go up to LA, and I'll come up to San Diego, and I'll go up to the Bay. And you know what? Who we gotta meet is who we gotta meet because if that's the person that God wants me to touch, then I'm gonna do it, bro. One way or the other, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. Chikago, what is the Chicano for you? Because we were talking about it with KO. And I'm like, a lot of people have their own definition of a Chicano. But at least when I studied in high school, you'll learn that San Diego was like a hub for Chicanos, you know? But you said you grew up in Chicago, right? Or you grew up here?
Grew up in Chicago.
Chicago.
Born and raised.
But but when you came here, I feel like you got a good representation of that culture.
That's a very amusing topic because so many people would look at me and be like, nah, that fool's faking the funk. You feel me? And don't get me wrong, dog. Like, I didn't grow up with all this, dog. I grew up differently. I grew up with the Prietos, the Boricuas, the Dominicanos, you feel me? And growing up in Chicago, wearing skinny jeans and sagging, dog, and saying nigga all the time, you feel me? To come to Cali and get taught to put on a belt, to keep your pants up, you know, to speak with respect, to say mucho gusto, to have structure, you know what I'm saying? It's different, bro. So yeah, bro, I came over here and I took it for what it was, a learning lesson. And I said, yeah, yo me voy a poner mi cinto. Yeah, I'm gonna walk around with respect. And guess what? I'm still raza, bro. I'm from fucking Michoacan, dog. And I say that from the bottom of my heart, not in the sense of, yeah, I was born and raised there, dog. But when I used to go there as a shorty, everybody knew me as the kid that would come around and be like, hey, ¿dónde está mi domingo? Oh, saca la limosna. Oh, ¿qué anda, cocho? You feel me? Like, and when I went this past week and I saw people that still remember me from when I was a shorty, dog, that lets me know that I'm good, bro. I don't need to feel worried about how Mexican I am or how American I am, dog. Like, I serve my country, dog, and I'll go sing a country song, and I'll go sing Chalino Sanchez, and I'll go sing Justin Bieber, and Alfa, bro, and Tupac, and put me on some oldies, dog, like, cutie pie. You know, like, it doesn't matter, dog. Like, I feel like it's truly embracing both sides of the stick, dog, bro. And just diving straight deep into it, dog. Like, I'm more than a Chicano, dog. Like, I'm an all-American, all human, bro. You feel me? Because any environment that you put me in, bro, I fit in like a chameleon, bro. You put me with a group of morenos, dog, I swear on everything I love, dog. You'll be like, yo, why is this fool talking like he's black? And it's not because I'm trying to, bro. It just happens.
You adapt to their
put me in the
favorite.
shop, bro. I started cutting hair in the shop for 2 years with Puerto Ricans. You don't think that Spanish hits you, dog?
Oh,
you go talk to Boricuas, bro, you're like, oh yeah, chico, you know, whatever, you feel me? And that's what it is, bro. Like, a lot of people in California don't understand the type of individual I am because they're so tailored to a specific group of people out here. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you see a person like me, you're like, you say, wait, ¿qué? You feel me? But much love, you know, no matter what, I'm gonna continue being me, bro. I'm not gonna shy away from how I speak. Yeah, I have changed the way I use my profanity, right? I don't do it on stage no more. If the environment is there, maybe I'll drop a couple, you know, just so you can maybe magnify what you're trying to put out to the people.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But other than that, like, nah, bro. Like, Chicano for me, bro, it's just embracing both sides end of the stick, bro. Both my parents grew up in Michoacan. Yeah, I was born and raised in Chicago. But after the age of 18, dog, California, bro, West Coast really, really raised me, dog. You feel me? And I owe it to you guys, bro. I owe it to one of the barbers that I probably don't see eye to eye to, bro. You know who you are, bro. You gave me my first outfit, dog. My whole full Dickies fit, creased up. You know what I'm saying? And he blessed me, bro. And we don't see eye to eye no more, bro. But it's always much love. And those are the type of people that I say, you know what? Why shy away from what a person has done for you? You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure, bro. For sure. Right here in San Diego, I feel like the culture is like that, you know, like really Chicano style and stuff like that. But what if there was any other city that you would like to reside in, what would it be? Or you would just like to stick to down here to San Diego?
You know, I would really, really, really
Give him the headphones.
get in here.
He's gonna give him the headphones.
Oh, get in
So
the
he can
headphones.
hear.
Oh, get the headphones so you can hear.
Those.
Oh, you got nervous.
So you could hear us. Yeah.
I think if there was any other city that I'd see Chicago residing in, bro, it would be. I think it would be in New York, bro. Straight up, dog.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's just another big city, and if I'm being honest, dog, like to be over there and take over as a Mexican and truly like be a part of the Dominican culture, the Puerto Rican culture over there is so beautiful, so amazing. I love that, you know. And visiting there a couple weeks ago for my first time, it was such a blessing. And I would love to see myself there, but you know, my heart really desires to be in a third world country, bro. You know, I see myself like living somewhere else, dog, and like kind of straying away from the city life, dog, and just uplifting other people through humanity, bro. The real love and compassion that has been thrown at me, bro, and giving it to other people, bro. This goes far, bro. Humanity Barber started with me cutting hair for the homeless with my mentor Jordan Verdine that just put on the headphones, right, through Humanity Showers, and it went on to becoming a diversion program for at-risk youth, you may say. And I want to see it continue to transcend and continue to break generational thresholds in the sense of, you know, putting clippers in kids that are in foster care homes that are living with anger, bro, because they don't know why they got abandoned. Going on mission trips to different countries to give a fresh haircut to a kid who probably doesn't know what a crispy lineup is, you know what I'm saying? And seeing that smile, right? And ultimately just continuing to serve with clippers in my hand anywhere and everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And that for me would be the biggest blessing, bro. It's not about necessarily residing in the city and taking over. I just want to be a free soul, dog, and go around to different people and, you know, crack a smile, have a good conversation, and, you know, truly learn from each other.
That's fire, bro. I got a question, you know, like for you as far as an individual, right? So we know Chikago hosts events. We know Chikago's a great barber. You know, Chikago's a great leader. He's the founder of Humanity Barbers and stuff like that. But who's really Chikago when Steve looks in that mirror, bro? Like, what does Steve like to do? Is he a gamer? Does Steve like to go shopping? You know, when he's not out there influencing people, what do you really like to do, bro? What's a kid like in Chicago's world, bro? ¿Quién es Steve para su jefita?
Man, brother. Steve para su jefita es el vato que se la pasa en el baño por horas. You know, Steve para su jefita es el vato que llega a la casa a las 3 de la noche, you know. I'm a party animal at heart, bro, but you know, I love playing soccer, bro, and I stopped because I started focusing more on Humanity Barbers, bro.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, bro, as of recent, when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't see Steve no more, dog, and it kind of hurts, bro. It kind of hurts, dog, because
I'm glad you realized that, bro.
Because I do want to go back to playing soccer. I do want to join the gym and, you know, get buff like my mentor. I do want to feel prouder of myself just because, you know what I'm saying, and not because of the actions that I'm doing. So as of recent, bro, I don't know who Chicago. Oh, I don't. You see, I don't know who Steve is as of recent, bro. I've been living in the Chicago persona for a little bit, dog. Yeah, I've been letting myself go a lot, dog, and I want to find new interests. I know that I love writing. That's why you see long captions on my Instagram. That's my way of expressing myself. It's like my journalism, you could say.
For sure. I always thought that was ChatGPT, dog.
What? So it is ChatGPT. It is ChatGPT, but so I'll go and I'll pour my heart out on ChatGPT.
I feel it.
Or I'll talk to it. I'll be like, man, bro, like I'll say it.
I love doing that too, bro.
And then I was like, hey, can you just fix my grammar, but still make it sound like me? That's what I always say. Fix my grammar, but still make it sound like me.
Yeah.
And for the most part, brother,
It's it right.
it is me, bro. Because if you truly hear how I speak, dog,
Yeah.
I have a high vocabulary, bro. I attended the #1 high school in the state of Illinois. When I was getting suspended my 7th grade for gang affiliation, I still had straight A's, bro.
That's fire.
When I was failing 8th grade, I still made the state science fair. You know, they were still telling me, hey, you might not graduate. But then the #1 high school in the whole state accepted me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people were always like, what's up with this kid, dog? Like, he's always like so bad, but so good, dog. You know, and I can't wait to see myself in a time where like I'm really good for myself and everything else aligns together, you know?
Yeah.
Financially, spiritually, physically, mentally, bro. And when that time happens, bro, it's gonna be like game over, dog. You know, for the old me, and something new is gonna be born and it's gonna leave lasting impressions, bro. Straight up.
No, definitely, bro.
Yeah.
I see that happening very, very soon. I think as you're stepping into this new chapter, I'm hoping to see a lot more of Steve, you know, and I really enjoy seeing Chikago and everything, but I definitely would like to see a lot more about Steve because I know you're young, bro, and I know that you got a long way to go, and God willingly, he's going to give you those opportunities and continue to open these doors for you, bro, for everything that you have done. But definitely, I would definitely like to see that from heart. You know, I would like to see a lot more of Steve, you know, going out, hosting soccer matches with the kids and shit like that, you know, doing more of like putting the clippers down and let me be me. You know, so that would be great to see, you know. And what is also one thing that you always tell humanity barbers, you know, as far as respectfully doing the right thing, you know, do you ask for like, you know, for them to do good in school as far as grade goes, or just to be better humans, bro?
You know, I feel like I always let them know. Like, I always tell them that it's okay, bro. You know? It's okay to feel like your mother is not listening to you. It's okay to fail a class or two. Not really. But in the sense of like, hey, like, all those trials and tribulations that you're going through right now, like, the grass is greener on the other side, man. And they see it with me, bro. And sometimes they do idolize me, and sometimes they literally throw me down to the ground, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just tell them, bro, to just move with a sense of purpose, bro, with intention, dog. You know, anything that they do, to do it with the utmost love, with the utmost, you know, like intention. And I feel like they're all doing it, bro, in their own way, dog. They've all been cracking out of their shell lately, bro. They all been trying to find themselves, whether it's competing, whether it's hanging out with each other and all that good stuff. And even though they bump heads, bro, like, loving each other, but I always tell them much love. I can curse them out, bro, and I'll say, guys, I'm so sorry. You know I love you. You know I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, dog. I need you to know that I love you, bro. And if nobody has told you I love you, dog, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like we say that to each other enough, you know what I'm saying? Because I do, I love you, Cole. I love you, Diego. You feel me? Like, why wait till it's over? You know, this shit right here, it says tomorrow's never promised, from a brand in Chicago called Made in Chi-Town with Love. And it's so true, bro. After seeing death so close, bro, tomorrow is never promised, bro. You know, tonight is not promised. You know what I'm saying? And to be living in this bittersweet taste as if we're in the forever zone, it's so sad, you know. And I try to let them know, before you leave that door, shake up with each other, dog. When you come in through that door, shake up with each other, bro, because you know what can happen on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Hey, last question, Chikago. What's something that you've been maybe struggling to understand or comprehend about God? Like, what's something that you probably like challenge God on, or yeah, like what's that? What makes the walk with God difficult?
The walk with God, like what makes the walk with God difficult? It's definitely just the warfare, right? You know, when you grow up, always like doing whatever you want, like committing the mistakes that you do and not caring, it's like whatever. But when you get that feeling of conviction, right? When you do something, now you're like, damn, I feel convicted. Like, oh, like one of my biggest struggles for me is girls, dog. You feel me? Like, I love the ladies, bro, you know, and thankfully, bro, I got a lot of respect from the female barbers industry. I got a lot of respect from women in general in my whole life, you know? But one of my biggest struggles is lust, and it sucks because the walk with God is difficult in the sense of like, hey, do you truly believe that I'm the man for the job? That I'm the one that needs to be doing this? That I need to go handle this task, this goal? And sometimes like all this questioning, bro, like takes away like from the value that he's trying to give you, bro. And it's like you're kind of shunning away from him, you know what I'm saying? And God is God, bro. He's gonna let you walk, you know what I'm saying? So it just, the difficulty of walking with God, it comes from like your past self and your past mistakes, and learning how to forgive yourself because he's already forgiven you, and understanding that no matter what comes through your mind, whether it's like lust, whether it's like, your drug addiction, you know, whatever thought comes to your mind that might be a conviction, that as quick as it can come is as quick as it can go, right? Because you got prayer at all times, bro. Pray. You feel me? I didn't hit one today, man, and it hurt my soul, bro. But regardless of everything, man, these guys are gonna leave with a sense of purpose, bro. You know?
For sure.
And even though I question God on it, man, he still has me here, following through with it, and until he takes me out this world, dog, I don't think we stopping, bro. But yeah, you are gonna see Steve a little bit more, bro, in this next chapter, bro. I am gonna try to chill back from the talk of I'm gonna try to chill back from who Chikago is and invest into Steve, bro. And hopefully you see un vato bien mamado, sonriendo en el micrófono, todo bien alegre, con dinero en los bolsillos, así como Robin Hood. Y pues, you know, primeramente Dios, pa, todos vamos a salir adelante. Un día le voy a dar otro cantón a mi jefa. Le voy a dar la oportunidad de visitar a Puerto Vallarta, que es su viaje desde siempre. Y pues, arriba la raza, güey, la neta, pa. Yo le tengo mucho cariño a todos los que andan ahí luchando, los que no me podrían entender hablando inglés. Pero pues, aquí hablamos español, güey. Y pues, yo estando en la Ciudad de México, y para que ellos me digan, güey, tú eres chingón. Y yo digo, no, güey, tú eres chingón. Porque todos tenemos nuestros sueños, todos tenemos las bendiciones de Dios, los regalos. Pero el propósito de uno nuestro es uno nuestro. Y unas veces la visión que tú le tratas de enseñar al mundo, muchos no te la van a creer. Pero tú sigue luchando y un día se te va a lograr y todos van a regresar y te van a decir, man, tenías razón, pa. Y eso se lo digo a toda la gente ahí que anda mirándome, que me da amor, que me da mucho cariño, porque lo ha sentido en los últimos meses de la raza que habla puro español. Y para llegar a México el próximo mes va a estar cabrón. Hablar español en el micrófono todo el día va a estar cabrón, pero pues no pasa nada. Hay que echarle ganas, pa. Sí. No somos muy americanos, no somos muy mexicanos. Somos Chikago, a la verga.
Eso está chingón. Y ahorita que estamos hablando de chingonadas, ahorita la neta que cuando te vayas para allá para México, Ciudad de México, ¿verdad? Sí. ¿Qué tan difícil crees que se te va a hacer practicar más en español? Y aquí ahorita podemos empezar.
¿Sabes qué, güey? Yo la última semana que estaba en la Ciudad de México, muchos sí me estaban dando como que, hey, güey, sí pasas, pa. Sí pasas. Yo estaba en las Bellas Artes, ahí en la Ciudad de México. Hicimos un video con Chris Barber, Dava Barber, Draco y Nefali y otros barberos ahí que andan también rompiéndola. Pero todos me dijeron que sí me la rifé, güey. Yo estaba ahí con el sign y dije, cortes chingones, pasen por aquí, no tengan pena, acérquese. Y ahí andábamos, güey, en chinga, güey, haciendo cortes, güey. Y estaba cabrón, güey, la neta. So, yo digo que voy a pasar, ahora sí me voy a tener que controlar con decir, güey, verga y todo. Porque es más fácil hablar en español que en inglés. Cuando lo dices en inglés, dices fuck y no piensas en nada. Pero cuando lo dices en español, como que nomás viene, porque ese es el lenguaje que tú aprendes al principio. Son las malas palabras, güey.
Aprende uno de principio. Quiero hacer algo medio divertido aquí ahorita contigo, Steve. Te voy a hacer unas preguntas y tú nomás las contestas.
Okay.
¿Chido?
Bravo.
Ok.
Chido.
¿Cerveza o tequila?
Cerveza.
¿Rubias o morenas?
Morenas.
¿Dickies o 501s?
Dickies.
¿Dodgers o Padres?
Los White Sox.
Arre. Y otra, por últimamente, ¿tacos o burritos?
Tacos, güey. Porque antes de California, güey, yo nunca me comí un Cali burrito, güey.
Chingón. Pues aquí, raza, aquí lo tienen a mi compa Steve.
One more.
A ver.
One more. I didn't hit it for all of San Diego's finest, but, you know, the last one hit in L.A., I did one in Golden State. I did one at the LA Barber Expo. Now we're going to do it right here in Barbertainment. I want to hit a prayer real quick, brothers.
Let's do it.
So
Let's
you
do
wanna
it,
bow your
Simon.
heads and, you know, hey, Heavenly Father, I ask that you come into the circle right now, that every words that come out of my mouth be for your kingdom, that they be in the image of what you want it to be. I just want to thank you for today. I want to thank you for everyone who attended San Diego's finest barber battle. I want to thank you for my brother Ko, my brother Diego. Thank you for my family arriving here safely. I pray for more love, more compassion, more grace, more mercy, understanding that we're all on here for purpose, on purpose. And no matter how much we fall short, your mercy is greater than all of that. And beyond all the downfalls and the trials and tribulations leading up to this event, you still allowed me to be present today. You still gave me another breath, another step, you know, just another opportunity to serve you. And Father, I thank you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be leading this movement the way I am. And I don't speak to you, I don't speak about you enough to them, because I don't want them to shy away from what I want to push for them. But I just ask that you continue to do your work in your own timing, that they continue to grow closer to you. And no matter what mistakes and troubling times they find themselves in, that they see the light and that they see the love through you. And just want to thank you, God, for all the sponsors, the vendors, the competitors, the attendees, the jefes, the jefas, everyone that made this day possible. You know, I want to pray for all those that have left us. You know, I know they are watching over us. I know a lot of us feel that hurt from the people that we mourn. But if your own son, Jesus Christ, had to pay a sacrifice for us, you continue to have to sacrifice others so that we can truly, truly understand the embodiment of what it is to be a follower of who you are and who you made us to be. So I just thank you for that. You know, I pray for everybody in this room to get home safely, to truly leave with a smile on their faces, leave in a bittersweet feeling right here in this room, and that they go back to their own community and continue to be pillars, man. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro.
Blessings to you, man. Blessings to you. And like that, we're going to close this episode